agents are ringing up saying, can you have a look at this agency agreement? I'm not sure that I'm filling this in correctly. So they're getting a little bit nervous about how they're doing it, obviously because there's more and more questions, either from your vendors, from your landlords, from the solicitors of vendors, in terms of, are your agency agreements correct? Now, we've been talking this for 17 years, which is as long as we've been talking about agency agreements. But, the absolute no-brainers, get, in terms of putting in your details as the agency, get the name of your agency right. If there's a corporation, it's the proprietary limited company. If you're trading as another name, then that's your trading name. If you've got to make sure that that trading name is actually owned by the corporation, that Fair Trading are aware that you're trading as that name, that you haven't just, you've got your corporation license, but you may not have the corresponding trading name. The Fair Trading don't know that you trade and that they're linked. So you need to fill in the appropriate forms online and send that off to Fair Trading. You need to get your ACN or your ABN correct. You need to make sure that the correct license number is on there, which is, if you have a corporation, it is your corporation license number. If you are doing a conjunction agreement, or if there is an independent contractor within your office and you're listing at the office and the independent contractor, then both sets of details will be on there. And some of the agency agreements now very much allow for that. When there are issues that don't have anything to fill in, it's not N/A, because you don't use abbreviations. These are legal documents, and just think about it. If you even have to think about filling in an agency agreement, this gets you paid. So let's take some care about, if it's just self-interest that you're putting into this, then take the self-interest and go, right, this gets me paid, let me get it right. So, don't go not applicable. Anything in that agency agreement is applicable, because it's coming straight from the regulations stating that this is something that needs to be listed as to be considered within an agency agreement. So the fact that you have considered it and there is nothing to write, your answer is nil. If it's not applicable, then if you're going to use that term, at least write it out. So it's not an abbreviation. So if you're talking about don't refer to contract, because at the time of listing a property, probably 95% of the time, the contract's not yet prepared. So you're referring to what? You don't know what's going to be in the contract. If it's about the inclusions, guys, you're the salespeople. If it's a sales agency agreement, write down what on earth the inclusions are. Otherwise, how on earth do you know what you're actually selling? So, and how does the vendor have any trust and confidence in you that you know what you're selling? So list out what the inclusions are, or have an attachment. So see attachment A. See attachment titled inclusions or exclusions, or, just actually write that on there. It's a couple of lines, have a standard document that you actually, attach to everyone. If it's a marketing plan, see attached, make sure it's attached, staple, corner when you hand it over, or send it all as one document if you're emailing it back. If you don't know, or the vendor doesn't know where they want the money to go at settlement, to be advised, not TBA, remember? No abbreviations, to be advised. If they haven't yet appointed a solicitor, to be advised. Okay, they're about the only two places that you'll want to put to be advised. But please, no blank spaces, because you have considered everything in that agency agreement, because everything in there needs to be in there, because it relates back to what the Property Stock and Business Agent Regulation actually states must be in an agency agreement. So it has to be there. You need to consider it. You either fill it in with what it is, or you write nil. You've considered it. The answer's nil. So really easy sort of stuff, but really, really important in terms of making sure that your agency agreement is valid, and making sure, really importantly, that you get paid.